and I wanted to fight, but I took the doctors and my dad's and my team's advice, and we pulled out the fight. I'm gutted about it.
Well, so I went up. That's the first time I discovered that the boxer was not well. And then lo and behold, the doctors were called. Two independent doctors came and read their findings to us. And
because that's only sparring. If you get dropped in sparring, it means you're learning. Tomorrow morning you don't get dropped in the same shot. So him getting dropped in sparring, that means he's learning on the job.
What
so
I'm
it's
saying,
okay. Who cares?
it's foolishness. How can you be so stupid? That's street mentality. This is world-class boxing. This is top-level boxing. If you want to bring that stuff to boxing, that's what happens. If you want to bring that mentality to our game.
Shit happens in life. But I'm back now, guys, and I can't wait to give you guys some fight news.
we had to make, unfortunately, a show of that magnitude, to be pulled out of it. People don't think about how does the boxer feel to lose the opportunity of fighting on that.
The sauce is good. The sauce is good. And so when I'm hearing these things, I'm like, nah. And so it's popping out left, right, and centre. The sauce is good. And so to me, I just shook my head. And when I'd heard,
He speaks to the people direct and then make a decision if he's out.
Okay. When did you first learn about this, Frank?
Very late this afternoon,
Okay, so it's been a stressful day.
to say the least. For the fighters as well, it's a shame for the fighters, for everybody involved, TV companies, and more importantly for the fans. Riyadh season, His Excellency, everybody involved in this. We're all gutted, but what can you do?
Probably shouldn't be doing that, right? There he goes again. Now again, I'm no doctor, I don't know, but it does seem like
Daniel Dubois, he just can't really get right. He has no real skill. Pretty durable chin. Hardest kind of question.
And was suffered some sort of ankle injury. Maybe I was just seeing things with that one. But he is injured. It's not really specifying. I don't know why. I'm sure I saw it was ankle, but maybe not. Maybe I was just saying.
He's a big fight. He's trained very hard. If you don't fight, you don't get paid. And you imagine the cost involved in a training camp. Booking places to set the camp up, bringing the sparring partners in, the nutritionists, the chefs, trainers, and everybody, and you don't get paid. It's a massive loss. You can't insure it, or if you do, it costs a fortune to insure. But very, very disappointing.
frame with his lead hand, keep the distance, which he does such a good job of. If you move forward, he moves back. You cut an angle, he cuts an angle, right? He just mirrors what you do. And the moment you make a mistake or overcommit, he touches you with the lead hand. That's
How long ago? What are we talking?
7 years, 8 years maybe.
Do you both remember that?
Mm-hmm.
How did that sparring go? Not that means anything come fight night. It's a long time ago. You're a different fighter. You're a different fighter. How did that go?
I went well, but in the early days, he got the better of me.
Yeah?
I'll say that. I've got no problem with that whatsoever.
Do you remember those sparring?
Yeah, just like he said. He's come on since then now, so.
We've grown a lot since then for both parts. I'm nowhere near the fighter I was that many years ago. And in the fights he's had, he's grown and changed and adapted as well. Like, you have to. Like, if you want to stay at the high level of this game, that's what you have to do. But even in them, like you say, in those...
Daniel Dubois just pulled out of the biggest fight of his career. And this isn't just another injury story. This is about a heavyweight who keeps disappearing when the lights get brightest.
Name because Fabio Waldy's a world champion now in his own right. And that 5% I'm just talked to you about, he's 5% better now than what he was before he won the title, because that's what it gives you when you win a world title. Now, he's just beaten Joseph Parker, right? And messed him up quite badly. It wasn't an easy fight. It ebbed and flowed for periods in that fight, but ultimately, Wardley got the job done. That's what he does. He gets the job done. Look at his career. Now, he would have improved. And a lot is to be said of Daniel Dubois, because he's got an excellent jab. That was the difference between him and AJ when they fought, was that jab. It was just beautiful. Wardley's got a good jab. And if Wardley's jab has improved since winning that title, then...
Look at his face in that interview. You can see the frustration, the disappointment. But here's what's wild, this is becoming a pattern. Every time Dubois gets close to that elite level breakthrough, something goes wrong.
Jesus Christ, man. That's just sensational. Honestly, it's that is just
brutality at its best. I have picked against Fabio 2 or 3 times. I will never pick against him again. That being said, I picked it against Dubois a couple of times. I think it's 50-50, and this isn't fencing because I 51-49 Fabio. Fabio can crack, unlike any heavyweight I think right now in the division, but he takes a lot of punishment. Like, we've seen it, and I don't think you can take that type of punishment early from Dubois. But it's a tremendous fight. And look, if it does happen, credit to both. Credit to Dubois. To do Usyk, Miller, Hrgovic, AJ, Usyk, Wardley is better than any run minus Usyk in the heavyweight division. And, by the way, Parker was supposed to be squeezed.
The medical team stepped in and shut it down. Independent doctors, not his own camp. That tells you everything about how serious this was. But Fabio Wardley and the entire boxing world are left hanging.
Dom recognises that it's not about the physicalities with Daniel Dubois, never has been. You know, he's a big, strong guy, and like, if you get his mind right and he's that self-belief there, and that's what Dom will be.
Johnny Nelson is absolutely going off about this situation. He's calling out what he sees as unprofessional behavior at the highest level. And honestly, when you're fighting for world titles, there's no room for this kind of chaos.
Privately, Daniel's father in particular, he recognized what I've done for Daniel and the father. And I too recognize what they've done for me as a coach. So it's a mutual thing. Like I said, it was a sudden ending, and that doesn't sit well with me in the way that it ended. I haven't got this entitlement that I must be Daniel Dubois' coach.
No, fair enough.
But the timing of it, when 48 hours prior to me being dismissed, sacked. The conversations I was having with Daniel's father didn't suggest. No, that's the only thing that doesn't sit well with me. But like I said, I've digested it, I've acknowledged it, accepted it, processed it, and I've accepted it.
Frank Warren just confirmed how late this decision came. Broadcasters scrambling, fans disappointed, money down the drain. The frustration in his voice says that all this is elite boxing, not amateur hour.
And as you know, in heavyweight boxing, unlike any other weight division, you're one punch from victory, one punch from disaster. So it's not a question of the first one to land, because Dubois, there isn't enough lateral movement. You can only teach him so much. Dubois he's been to the top of that tree. He's tasted world title success. He knows what it is to be a world champion. You can't really improve when you've been a world champion. I mean, you never stop learning, but it's whether you can actually take that and put it into action. For me, there's not enough movement from Daniel Dubois.
But here's where it gets really concerning. Multiple people are now questioning if this is becoming a serious problem for Dubois. Are we watching a fighter's career start to unravel in real time?
When it comes on top for him, Daniel Dubois, what's up there and does he want it? That's the only real question mark I've got over his career. Obviously, losing to Usyk's no disgrace, but he's a massive puncher, big, hard hitter. And Fabio Wardley has never really been in there. You've got Justice Hooney, you've got Joseph Parker, you've got Fraser Clark. None of them are really bangers, are they? None of them can really punch hard for heavyweight. I'm sure if they hit you on the chin, it'd hurt. But somebody like me is...
Johnny Fisher drops a bombshell assessment of Dubois' actual skill level. He's questioning whether the guy even belongs at world level. Tough words, but when you keep pulling out of big fights, people start talking. The confusion around his injury details is making everything worse. Nobody seems to know exactly what happened, which just fuels more speculation about his reliability when it matters most. Warren breaks down the financial carnage of these cancellations. Training camps cost hundreds of thousands. Sparring partners, nutritionists, venue costs, all wasted when fighters can't show up. Meanwhile, Wardley keeps getting stronger as champion. That confidence boost from winning the title is real. He's shown he can dig deep in tough fights and find a way to finish. That's champion mentality. Technical experts are breaking down how Wardley's improved since becoming champion. His jab is sharper, his timing better. Against Dubois' raw power, this becomes a chess match where small edges decide everything. The psychological angle is massive here. Dubois' biggest enemy isn't his opponent, it's his own mind. When self-doubt creeps in at heavyweight level, that's when careers end suddenly and violently. So here's the reality. Dubois has world-level power but keeps finding ways to sabotage his own biggest opportunities. Wardley is building momentum and confidence while his rival deals with injury drama and public criticism. When this fight finally happens, it's going to be about more than boxing skills. It's about who can handle the pressure when everything's on the line. Who do you think survives this heavyweight war? Drop your prediction in the comments. Smash that like button if this breakdown opened your eyes, and subscribe because this division is about to get even crazier.